So hi everyone, welcome to this mindfulness free class. So we'll be doing an introduction to mindfulness. And every Thursday we'll have these free classes live on YouTube. So about mindfulness, meditation, yoga. So hi everyone, welcome to this mindfulness. So bear with me. There's some technical issues here. Let me see. So in the meantime, let me know in the chat if the sound is okay. If the image is okay, if the sound is okay, so we can start. So today we are going to talk about mindfulness. I'm going to do an introduction to mindfulness. I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of mindfulness, the benefits of mindfulness, how you can practice mindfulness, implement mindfulness into your daily life. And at the end, we are going to do a very quick and easy but very powerful exercise so you can end the class feeling more mindful, more present. So make sure to stay until the end to do the exercise with us. Okay, seems like the sound and image are okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we are going to start. Okay, so let's start our introduction to mindfulness. And I'm going to start by introducing myself. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Vanda. So I'm the founder of the Yogi Wonder, which is a travel website, a travel and yoga and mindfulness website. I started my career as a journalist. So I have a bachelor's degree in journalism. And when I finished journalism school, I started a career as a journalist back in my home island of the Azores in Portugal. So everything was going according to plan, except I wasn't happy. So soon after I started working as a journalist, I realized I liked the job, I liked to work as a journalist, but that wasn't the life that I wanted. So I always wanted to travel the world, to know different cultures, different parts of the world, and I was feeling stuck as a journalist in my home island. And it was around this time that I found yoga. So I started practicing yoga, and soon after, I finally summoned the courage to change my life. That's when I decided to move to Lisbon again, to do a yoga teacher training and become a full-time yoga teacher. And then in 2013, I decided to change my life again and move from Portugal to Switzerland, where I live today. So today I live in Zurich, Switzerland. So I have a vast experience as a yoga teacher, both in Portugal and in Switzerland. And more recently, I also became a certified mindfulness coach. So I'm also a travel addict. As I said, I love to travel. That's one of the reasons why I've started my blog, my travel and yoga blog, the Yogi Wonder, to help other people also to travel and to explore the world. So my mission is to empower women to live their best, most authentic life through travel and mindfulness. So through my website and on social media, through my platform, I want to empower women to follow their dreams and also live their best, most authentic life as I did. And now let's talk about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? So mindfulness is a process of cultivating self-awareness. So through mindfulness has a a series of techniques that help you to cultivate self-awareness. And you do this through cultivating also present moment awareness. So the doorway to all awareness is the present moment. To cultivate self-awareness or any kind of awareness, you need to be in the present moment. You cannot live in the past or in the future. You cannot be lost in thought. And you cannot live in autopilot reacting to all the thoughts in your head. So it's important to bring your attention to what is happening now, what is happening around you, and what is happening inside of you, also in your mind. In this way, it is when you become aware of what is happening in your mind that you stop identifying with your thoughts and with your emotions, and that you become self-aware and you break free from this voice in your head. So you stop reacting to all your negative thoughts, all your negative emotions, and you realize that you have a choice to live with more awareness. So it's important to know that the voice in your head is not who you are. So most people think that their thoughts are who they are, but they are not. So the negative voice in your head, your inner critic is not who you are. You don't need to react to all your thoughts. You don't need to believe all your thoughts and emotions. So you are not your thoughts. And I really like this statement from Eckhart Tolle. You are the whole lake, not just the surface. So most of the time, when we are not mindful, we think that we are just the surface, the thoughts and the negative emotions. But we are the whole lake. And we are the calm, peaceful presence. Because if you think, you are aware of your thoughts because you are able to observe them. So you are the observer. You are not your thoughts, you are the observer. Your true self never becomes disrupted, and you can find it at any moment by accessing the present moment. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of the history of mindfulness. So almost all philosophical and religious traditions have some form of mindfulness practice, whether that's prayer, chanting, or formal meditation. And mindfulness goes way back to 5,000 years back. Actually, it goes back to yoga, to the yogic practice of Hinduism, which is considered the oldest religion in the world. Mindfulness is also a crucial aspect of Buddhism. And in Buddhism, the concept of sati, which is a very important concept of Buddhism, so mindfulness is considered to be a literal translation of the concept of sati in Buddhism. So how did mindfulness, so mindfulness originated in the Eastern countries, how did it travel to the Western world? So the responsible for bringing mindfulness from the Eastern countries to the Western world was a man called Jon Kabat-Zinn. So Jon Kabat-Zinn learned mindfulness with several Buddhist teachers and integrated it with Western science. He founded the Center of Mindfulness at University of Massachusetts Medical School and developed his mindfulness-based stress reduction program, which is a very well-known mindfulness program, which is based in science. So he combined both the Buddhist teachings and science. And many scientific studies since then have shown the benefits of a regular mindfulness practice for both your overall health and well-being. So some of these benefits are reducing stress and anxiety and fear. So many studies have shown that mindfulness and meditation actually reduce the areas of your brain that are responsible for stress, anxiety, and fear. And they increase the areas of your brain which are responsible for learning, memory, and cognitive abilities. So through mindfulness, you can really rewire your brain to success, happiness, and to let go of fear, anxiety, and stress. Mindfulness also increases your self-esteem and sense of well-being, improves your attention, concentration, and performance, develops emotional and self-awareness, works as an effective antidepressant. So actually, mindfulness is used for people suffering from depression with very good results as well. Mindfulness also improves sleep, increases empathy and kindness, and improves your relationships. It also strengthens your immune system and improves your physical health, and much more. So how can you practice mindfulness? So you have two ways of practicing mindfulness. You can practice mindfulness formally or informally. So a formal practice is when you take some moments in your day to sit and practice mindfulness. So you can do this through yoga, meditation, breath work, mindfulness exercises, or even going on a retreat, mindfulness or yoga retreat. So it's when you sit and take some minutes each day to practice a mindfulness, yoga, meditation exercise. And you can also practice informally. So during your daily life, there are many opportunities to practice mindfulness. So by developing present moment awareness throughout your day and using your daily activities as a mindfulness exercise. For example, when you are washing the dishes, instead of just being lost in your thoughts, if you pay attention to what you are doing, paying attention to the feeling of the warm water in your hands, the smell of the soap, the texture of the dishes. So really being present with whatever you are doing at the moment. Eating, walking, showering, all of these are great opportunities to be mindful. So let me know. If you have questions, you can just write them down on the chat and I'll answer at the end. And now we are going to talk about the 3 core skills of mindfulness. So being mindful means developing these 3 core skills. And the first one is focused attention or concentration. And we develop and we practice this focused attention or concentration by deliberately focusing our attention on something. We can do this through meditation, for example, or through other concentration exercises. So it's when you develop a tunnel vision and when you focus only on an object of meditation or something that you want to focus on. Then the second skill of mindfulness is open monitoring or present moment awareness. So what this means is paying attention to the now. So while focused attention is like having a tunnel vision where you only focus on something, on an object of meditation or concentration, here you develop a wide open lens and you become aware of everything that is happening around you as well as your thoughts and emotions. So you can practice this, for example, when you are walking outside, paying attention to your environment, paying attention, using your 5 senses, for example, feeling the smells, the light, the colors, the patterns. So, and also being aware, cultivating awareness of your thoughts and emotions without identifying with them, without judging them, but paying attention and observing your own mind. And then the third core skill of mindfulness is acceptance or non-judgment. So acceptance or non-judgment means accepting the reality of what is. So this is probably the most challenging aspect of mindfulness. Accepting what is without judgment. But acceptance is a starting point to deal with any negative experience. This doesn't mean that you are okay with the situation or that you condone the situation. It just means that in order to solve any negative situation or experience, first you need to accept it. And usually I tell a story about my own life. When I was working as a journalist, as I said, I had a job that I didn't like. So soon after I start working at this place, I start seeing a lot of negative things that I didn't like. The salary was very low, I was working a lot of hours, and my bosses were very toxic. There was a toxic atmosphere. Some of my colleagues were bullied by the bosses, so it was very toxic. And my reaction to it was resistance, which is the opposite of acceptance. So every day I would go home stressed out, and I would just say, I can't believe this is not fair, my salary is too low, I work too much, I can't believe what they told me to do, I can't believe how they behave. So, and by doing that, I was resisting the reality of that situation. I think sometimes when we resist something, we think unconsciously that by resisting it, by saying that it is not fair, we think that the situation is going to change somehow. But it's not going to change because we don't have control over other people and over all the situations in our life. So accepting this situation would mean to say to myself, okay, I don't like this job, I don't like the atmosphere, so I'm going to start looking for something new, and in the meantime I'm going to learn as much as I can while I stay here. Because when you are caught up in resistance and negative emotions, it becomes very hard to deal with the situation, to see how you can overcome it, how you can find a solution. And when you accept, you gain clarity over the situation. So how can you practice it? By accepting the circumstances of your life without judgment. Again, doesn't mean that you don't want to change them, doesn't mean that you condone, but you have to accept that things are what they are right now. And also by accepting yourself, your thoughts and emotions without judgment. So these three skills should be practiced simultaneously. So both focused attention, present moment awareness, and acceptance or non-judgment. So now we are going to finish with a very easy and quick exercise called the 3-minute breathing space. But before, let me see if we have any questions. No. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes now for this mindfulness exercise. So close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and relax your body and your mind with each exhalation. This exercise has 3 steps and each one of them takes about 1 minute. So close your eyes, relax your body and your mind, and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And now start observing the thoughts, the sensations, and the feelings that may arise. And start giving them words and phrases associated with them. And now we'll move to the second step. So now start focusing on your breath. Do not try to change it, just become aware of your breath. Just become aware of each inhalation and each exhalation. Remember that it is normal for your mind to wander. Every time your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath without judging yourself or your thoughts, just letting them go and focusing again on your breath. And now for the third and last step. Start expanding your awareness from your breath to the rest of your body and feeling how your breath affects your body, how your body moves with each inhalation and with each exhalation. Again, every time your mind wanders, every time a thought arises in your mind, just let it go and bring your mind back to your breath and your body. And now slowly open your eyes and finish your breathing, your 3-minute breathing space exercise. Let me know in the chat how you are feeling. And with this, we finish our class, our Introduction to Mindfulness class. Thank you for joining me. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer all of them now. So it seems there are no questions today. So I'll finish this class here, remembering that next week, on Thursday again at 6 p.m. London and Lisbon time, 1 p.m. New York time, we'll have another free class. So click the link in my bio, in my Instagram bio, to join my Telegram channel and receive all the updates. Subscribe to my channel, to my YouTube channel, also to receive the updates, and join me next week again. Thank you. Bye-bye.